Yo, welcome back to the Bettor Connection Podcast, episode 2, where passion meets profit and we help you turn edges into wins. I'm your host, Tarango Bets. This show is powered by Bankroll U, the platform built for bettors to learn, track, and master the game. I'm proud to be a playmaker on Bankroll U, official playmaker, bringing you the sharp analysts and the free picks and discipline strategies that keep you in the green. Before we dive in, make sure you're following us everywhere. Instagram at Bettor Connection /Tarango Bets, TikTok at Bettor Connection, on X at Bet Connection, and check us on the email if you got to hit us up with the email if you're trying to collab, bettorconnection@gmail.com. Now let's get started with some Bankroll U shout outs, some superstars on that platform. Eli Toller killed it few weeks ago, purchasing a bankroll and then flipping it over and over to P100 and cashing out. And then we got another superstar, Benzino, hit him for $29,000 and cashing out. So shout out to those two cappers on that Bankroll U platform. The app is available on iPhone platforms. If you're able to download the app, it's still accessible online. But Bankroll U, shout out to these guys. Eli Toller and Benzino killing it. Check out the Discord, the Bankroll U Discord. Catch some free plays, some free action, and then always jump on that playmaker section. We've got some of the hottest cappers on the platform giving out their best plays. Shout out to KB Crispy, Big Crispy, doing his thing with his weekly podcast. Got to check his podcast out as well. Giving out some nuggets, some gold nuggets on that podcast. And we're going to give you guys the 3 segments we're going to be talking about for this podcast, the Bankroll U powered Bettor Connection Podcast. Our first segment, we're going to talk about profitable teams last season, ATS and totals trends that we're looking to see if they follow this season. And then we're going to give you guys some fantasy football insight, pull up what we drafted for one of our leagues, give you guys some blueprint fantasy draft info, top 5 rounds, and some sleepers that we think will help you guys win your fantasy leagues. And then we're going to hit you guys with our third segment, week 1 free plays, and then we'll get out of your guys' way to make that Bankroll U money. That is the topics for the Bankroll U powered Bettor Connection Podcast, this episode 2. So let's get it. So we'll go ahead and jump right into it. Our first segment, we're going to be talking about top profitable teams, ATS and total trends from last season. And we're just bringing this up just to give ourselves a reminder, things and teams to look out for that may follow into this new season, 2025 season. Let's start with the money makers from last year. These are the teams that kept bettors eating week after week. ATS cash cows. We got some teams that covered the spread ATS outrageously last season. If you were betting on these teams, they were a gold mine ATS. Some of them were undervalued. Got the Philadelphia Eagles, the champions, 14-7 ATS record last season. And then you got the Detroit Lions, 12-6, covering 66% last season, 12-6. And then you got the LA Chargers, 12-6 ATS. And then we got the Denver Broncos ATS 12-6. So we got 4 teams there that were covering the spread last season. A few of them were undervalued. Really didn't have a great season, but they were priced at an edge for ATS bettors to cover. So that's 4 good teams right there that covered the ATS spread last season. And those are the teams that we're going to keep an eye on, see how they're priced this season. Because the books know they adjust every year, so we'll see how they're being priced. And then just another couple of teams I want to throw out there that didn't have the best season, but they did cover. They did some covering. So Arizona 11-6 they covered last season. Minnesota 11-6 they covered last season. You got Washington 12-7. They covered ATS last season. So those are the teams ATS-wise that we're going to be keeping an eye on for the 2025 season. and then we're going to talk about some unders, some over-unders. Teams that went over: 13-4, Carolina, towards the over. Baltimore, 13-5. That's over 70% overs. And then you got Tampa Bay, 12-6, towards the over. So that's three teams that were covering the overs last season. Who knows how things are going to play out this season. And then we'll talk about some under teams. Some under teams had great defenses, and that's usually the trend. If you got a good defense, you're probably going to have a ton of unders. So the New York Giants struggled last season. They were 6-11 towards the under, so 11 unders hit. And then you got the Houston Texans 7-12 towards the under, and then you got Minnesota 7-11 towards the under. And then here's just a couple of more teams that were hitting the under last season: Atlanta 7-10, Chicago 7-10, and then Cleveland 7-10 towards the under. And then Kansas City, surprisingly, Kansas City, they were probably being overpriced, thinking Patrick Mahomes is going to go out there and score a ton of points. But he wasn't. His offensive efficiency did take a hit last season. Didn't really put up a ton of points. They still were able to make it to the Super Bowl. But Kansas City 9-11 towards the under. So some things to look out for. Keep in mind, it's a new season, but those are the trends. Those are the trends that we always like to keep an eye on throughout the season and try to catch those trends so we can cash. Those are the ATS cash cows, and then some over-under trends. That's the first segment on the podcast. Hopefully it helps you guys out. Just something to look out for next season, or this season coming up. So with that being said, we're going to push it on over to our next segment. All right, we're going to talk some fantasy football now. This is my team that I drafted and how it went for me. I still got one more draft that I'm going to be participating in this season. Week 1, going up against Jimmy. So shout out Jimmy. Looking forward to playing you week 1. My first pick that I was able to place, I went running back heavy. That's just my angle. I know if you're following the fantasy tips and trends, they want you guys to go heavy into the wide receivers. Get a top 2 wide receivers, top 3 wide receivers your first round or second round. But I hit him with Josh Jacobs. I think Josh Jacobs is going to be a workhorse over there. Then Kyren Williams. The Rams, that was my first 2 picks, and then I went with Trey McBride, went the tight end route, and then I still was able to pick up some decent wide receivers in my opinion. You got Garrett Wilson, Cortland Sutton, and then DJ Moore. And then in this league, we got a couple of defensive players. Michael Parsons probably isn't going to play week 1. You got Reed, Blankenship, and then the defense that I picked, the Denver Broncos. This is what my bench looks like. I think Matthew Golden is going to have a good season. That's why I picked him up. Travis Etienne Jr., horrible last season, but I think he bounces back. Deebo Samuels, no longer on the 49ers. He's on an offensive team still, Washington Redskins. Oh, can't say the Redskins. Washington Commanders. Deebo Samuels is on the move. But that's what my fantasy football league looks like. This is my team. This is who I drafted. Hopefully it helps you guys out. Still was able to pick up some decent wide receivers, even though I went running back heavy, and got my quarterback Jalen Hurts, backup quarterback Jared Goff, Brian Robinson Jr. I think he has a chance to make some plays on the 49ers, especially if they're trying to keep McCaffrey safe, get him to the playoffs. They're not going to be, tearing them down. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. But this is what my team looks like. Just want to give you guys some sleepers and some things to think about when you're drafting. When you're drafting, the value they say is in the wide receivers. I went the running back route, but the top wide receivers: Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, You got Amon Ra, and then you got Lamb, A.J. Brown. Running backs, I picked up ETN. You got Gibbs, you got Stevenson, and then quarterbacks that are always just top three in my opinion. You got Hurts, Allen, and Lamar Jackson with that his capability to run and give you some points there. So that's the fantasy football info. Hopefully it helps you guys out. You guys were able to see how I drafted the route that I went, and I feel like I got a pretty good team. Good luck on your fantasy drafts. And we're going to jump into our third segment. Thanks for sticking around. I know you guys are here for the free picks, especially on this Bettor Connection podcast. We're always going to be giving you guys some free picks that we got our own money on for free. So hopefully you guys are still here, still checking us out, still riding with the brand Bettor Connection. Week 1 Bettor Picks, betting picks, 2025 NFL season week 1. We got the Miami Dolphins plus 1.5 going up against the Indianapolis Colts. Daniel Jones, we're just fading Daniel Jones. We're just going off the rip here. Daniel Jones, not the best quarterback option in the league, in my opinion. His record, win-loss record, 24-44-1. Replacing Anthony Richardson, that's not good vibes for the Indianapolis Colts, in my opinion. Inconsistency and lack of recent success makes the Dolphins the more reliable pick. Gonna take these Miami Dolphins plus 1.5 to go out there and show out and have some offensive potency, explosiveness, and Tyreek Hill to do his thing. So we're taking the Dolphins plus 1.5. That's our first week 1 play, fading Daniel Jones. Then our second play, we got the total Ravens at the Bills over 51.5. Got some scoring potential, explosive offensive potential, especially with the rule changes. You got the kickoff, get it straight to the 35, 2 first downs away from being in scoring position. So you give these two elite quarterbacks the ball on the 35, I think they can get us over this total 51.5. We'll see how the books adjust to these rules and regulations, but they do have some good defenses. The Bills and the Ravens are great defense, prioritized teams, so we're still going to rock with the over. You give these two elite quarterbacks, I think they go out there, they do some damage. You still got the running capabilities for both quarterbacks, and they got some good offensive explosion players. So we're going to go ahead and ride with the over 51.5 for that total. And then we're going to go right back to it, man. We're going to fade Daniel Jones. 0.5 on the passing touchdowns. I don't think he gets a touchdown pass. If they do get it in the red zone, they're going to be handing it off. They're going to be trying to, get in there with the running back. So in my opinion, unless he hits him with the over-the-top pass and gets in the end zone, I think Daniel Jones has a real good high percentage of not throwing a touchdown pass. So we're going to go ahead and take Daniel Jones, fading Daniel Jones once again. Those are our 3 free plays, free picks. Once again, we got the Miami Dolphins plus 1.5, and then the over 51.5 for the Bills-Ravens game. And then we're fading Daniel Jones, no passing TDs. And then let's talk a little bit about survival. I know you guys do the survival pools. Teams that I would avoid, the Indianapolis Colts, the Panthers, Patriots, see how they come out. But if you are playing Survivor, you are looking for a team to win every week and to roll it over and go into the next week. And if once you lose, that's it. You're done. That is the Survivor pool. Going to go ahead and give you guys our pick for Survivor week 1. We got the Denver Broncos going up against the Titans, taking the Denver Broncos at home. Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos to go and take care of business and get us to that second week in the Survivor pool. So these are the plays. That's the Survivor option. If you go that route, if you want to tell us. If you want to fade us. But these are our week 1 plays and a Survivor play as well. So thank you guys. Appreciate you guys sticking around. This is the app. Once again, go download the app on the iPhone platforms. this is what it looks like. This is how you go to the Playmaker section. You go down here, Playmaker section. There I am, Bettor Connection. Got my free play today. D-backs over 8. Hopefully you guys can check that outlet out every day. Going to be posting a free play there for you guys to check out on the Playmaker section. And then just want to talk about how this whole thing works. Once you get a bankroll, you purchase a bankroll using that promo code BETTOR50, giving you your first purchase 50% off. This is what it looks like. You got to roll over the bankroll, and looks like I already did that. I actually settled $14,000, so I went all the way down to $400 and worked my way back up on the 15-day combine, and then I'm looking to cash it and get to that P10, roll it over, get to P25, roll it over, get to P50, roll it over, get to that P100. That is the prerogative. That is the goal. You got a little bit. I got 590 to clear before I make it to the next challenge here. So this is what it looks like. Just wanted to bring this up to you guys on our outro. Bankroll U, Playmaker section. You can find my play right there, and I'll be right there. Hit view picks. You got a couple other cappers here. You got B Crispy, EJ the Rainmaker, just some cappers that are also on there available for you guys to check out. Let's talk about games. Let's look what the games look like. Some live betting. Live betting is back. Can't say this enough, man. Go download the app if you haven't downloaded it already, and it's still accessible online on the web. So just wanted to give you guys a tour and what it looks like on the podcast, on the outro, on our way out of here. Gonna get out of your way for you guys to join the app and start making these plays and start grinding it out. Once again, powered by Bankroll U, the Bettor Connection Podcast, NFL podcast. We're going to be coming to you guys again one more time before week 1 drops. Hit you guys with some ATS and totals from last season, things to look out for the 2025 season. Then we hit you guys with some fantasy outlooks and things to look out for when you're doing your fantasy draft. And then we hit you with some free plays week 1, and we'll continue to hit you guys with some free plays week 1 before the season begins. I am a playmaker on Bankroll U. Just want to remind you guys for daily picks, bankroll strategy, and sharp insight. Check me out also on the social platforms, IG Bettor Connection / Tarango Bets on the IG. You got TikTok, it's still Bettor Connection. When you check out X, it's Bet Connection. Join the brand, subscribe to the channel. Going to be dropping another podcast before week 1 drops, and then we'll be out of your way for you guys to use this Bankroll U app. So once again, shout out to all the cappers, Bankroll U cappers. Shout out to all you guys keeping this thing going. I am Tarango Bets. This is the Bettor Connection. Let's cash it. Peace.